Hey everyone, and welcome back to Ravenport and the next episode in this Let's Play series, I believe episode 15. So in the previous episode we cut down some trees around the farm, sold half a trailer load of wood, and I think we got around about 36 or was it 40,000 there or thereabouts. I continued cutting down some trees with the Sempo Lvly tree harvester. I pretty much cut down what I could do, just short of an hour, an operating hour of the tree harvester, so we didn't go over another hour, so I returned it just before then. So fully loaded up this trailer, so we've got 6 metre length logs on the front section and then 5 metre length logs on the rear section. There are a few more trees I did cut down that I didn't get a chance to fit on here, that they're still lying around in various places around the yard. We can look at collecting those up at some other point and selling those in the future. So first off, we're going to sell these. I have also got a trailer full of 1 metre length logs that I cut up just to see how much we get for a single tree in 1 metre lengths. So we'll bring that up when we've sold this. So that's 67,887 for that, and for some reason those few always stay stuck at the top. So that's another 2,704. So nearly $70,000 for a full trailer load of logs, which isn't too bad. Okay, so in the back of here we've got a single pine tree. This one of the fully grown pine trees, the big ones. I literally dragged the tree down over the trailer with the tree harvester and then set it to 1 metre lengths and cut it up just to see out of interest how much we'll get for a single tree. So, what's to say, that didn't seem like a lot, but we obviously didn't get all of it. So it's around about 4,400 for a complete tree. That's one single tree at 1 metre length logs. So what we might do in the future is, if we borrow or lease the tree harvester again at some point, cut another full pine tree down to possibly 2 metre lengths, and then see how much we get for that and see if there's much of a difference between a complete tree in different lengths of logs, or whether it works out around about the same regardless of how long they are. So I'll get this back to the farm, and what we was planning on doing was looking at buying a new field, and I was looking at fields 18 and 21. So just park this up and go to the map. So I did mention about fields 21 or 18. 18 is 171,240, and field 21 is obviously a lot cheaper. You do get less land, but the field size is actually slightly bigger as it is on that. I know this area of land down the bottom is quite hilly, so you can't really use that for anything. But what I have been looking at was these two fields up here. So we've got field 16, which is 137. Field 15 is only 126,288. This field is actually bigger than field 21. So we go to the contract page and have a look. So we've got field 21 is 2.47 acres, and then field 15 is 3.23 acres, and it's got a crop of canola in, which is ready to harvest as well. Field 21 requires ploughing, so there's no crop in that one. So thinking we get field 15 would be a much better option, and we can actually now afford that one as it's a little bit cheaper. So that one's only 126, so we buy that one. So we've now got a new piece of land. It does mean we don't have enough money to buy a seeder, a planter should I say, I was going to use. So what I'm thinking of doing is leave that for now. We'll plant these two fields that we've got down here with the seeder we've already got. Probably put some soybeans in or something like that. And this one, field 19 does require lime, and field 15 will require lime as well. So we'll do those first. We'll get the lime spreader, and we'll lease that and do both of those fields and get those planted. So what I'll do is possibly get a worker set up on field 15 harvesting that, and then we'll go over and do plant field 23. We'll put some soybeans into that one, and then when field 15 is finished harvesting, we'll get the lime spread and do both of those fields ready for seeding. So I'm going to get the combine set up on field 15 with the worker. Probably get the Magnum up there with the trailer as well, so we can unload it. I'm not expecting to get a huge amount off the field because it's not fully harvested, and it also requires lime as well. So that's going to reduce the full yield, but at least we'll get something back out of it straight away. Okay, so I've got the work set up on field 15 harvesting. What I thought I'd do just quickly before we get the seeder on is clean up the sheep's feed area, as they're making a bit of a mess. Now I'm still on the same game day as the previous episode, so I haven't skipped any time, so we haven't had much in the way of eggs and wool respawn just yet. But what I'll probably do is after this episode is skip through the night for the next one, so we'll have a little bit more wool. We should have some more eggs as well. So what we need to do is get the seeder on. I've already cultivated the fields. I've got to work to do that while I was doing the wood, cutting the trees down. It kind of made sense to utilise this tractor to get a worker to do that. So we can drop that off and drop that, and then we'll just get the power harrow section moved out the way. I did do the power harrow section cultivating on that field for because I was planning on doing the planter. Obviously could have just connected the seeder up on the back and got it planted as well at the same time, or seeded. So we'll get the seed on. We've got not a huge amount of seed in there, to be fair, so we'll have to go to the store first and buy. Actually, thinking about I've got the seed fertilizer station that we could put in down here, as it's only $5,000. Possibly around here. That's kind of glitching through the tree. So there's only $5,008. We can do seed fertilizer and lime from this, so that's gonna save us messing around with the pallets. So we'll put some soybeans in. Just make sure I've selected that. That saved us a trip up to the store anyway. So we'll head over to field 23 and start getting it planted. Okay, so we're at field 23 and trying to see which. And going up and down probably going to be the quickest way, as it's the longer direction. Just how well it'll do on the slope section. It's not the steepest of hills, so it shouldn't be too bad. So let's get that switched on, lower the hopper down and lower that back down, and away we go. So it's a fairly decent sized field now. I've expanded it, but it shouldn't take too long to actually do.
You got me begging pretty please. I'm so hung up on you. I couldn't tell you what it feels like, but I sure think you do. Where do you go when your glass end up empty? Oh, I wanna know, won't you let me know? Where do you hide when you leave me wasting? Oh, I wanna know. We're only lovers when we count down. Tell me when to stop, tell me when to stop, babe. Just keep on dancing like we're night bound. Lovers on the clock, I'll be ready when we go down.
Every summer clock, I'll be ready when we go down. Every summer clock, I'll be ready when we go down.
We spend the night on bubble bliss, forever lasting. I know you never would admit it, but I can see through you. Where do you go when your glass end up empty? Oh, I wanna know, won't you let me know? Where do you hide when you leave me wasting? Oh, I wanna know. We're only lovers when we count down. Tell me when to stop, tell me when to stop, babe. Just keep on dancing like we're night bound. Lovers on the clock, I'll be ready when we go down.
Every summer clock, I'll be ready when we go down.
Okay, so last little bit of field 23 to do. Just got that one strip up the one side, then we'll go and check up on the combine and see how he's doing. And then we can go and get the lime spreader and get some lime on those two fields and try and get those seeded today as well, so they can be growing, or we can have a look at doing some other stuff in the next episode. So just this last little section, we will need to get some fertiliser on this field, no doubt as well. Before ready to harvest, we'll have to deal with some weeds. That's one of the reasons why I didn't skip any time. Oh, trying to get out. Turn that off. Is because I thought after cultivating, if I'd have skipped time, we'd have ended up with a field full of weeds, and then just having the seeder on the back that's not a direct drill, we would have been trying to seed through the weeds, and I don't think it actually, I don't know if it doesn't work at all, or it just doesn't remove the weeds. Obviously it just leaves the weeds where they are, I'm not sure, but didn't want to have to deal with the weeds anyway just yet, so thought may as well wait. So I'll just park that there for a second and go and check on the worker. I didn't see it come up that it was full, though he's missed a few bits here and there. So jump over into the Magnum and get that unloaded. So still got a little bit of the field left to do. We've got 700 litres in the trailer so far. Was that 6,300 litres in the, so we've got 7,000 litres at the current price, which for canola is 1,948 is the best price at the port grain elevator so far. The central grain elevator is going up, that's 1,729, so nearly $2,000 So just off this field we may get around about probably another 2,000 litres or so there, so about $16,000 or thereabouts in total. So I'll just tidy these little bits up and we'll get the worker back on. There's a dip there, as you can just see. There's one thing they have done a really poor job on. There's a lot of fields that got these little dips and bumps where they've obviously missed them going through the editor, tidying up those fields. There's another one there, it's like a huge crater, that one. That one's really bad. Oh, we can fix these now with the train tools, but that does mean spending money to level it off a little bit. Oh, I don't think I'm going to get that bit. And then we'd have to replow that section in because it does delete the field, which is a little bit annoying. But it's something we possibly could have a look at doing, not now though, because we don't have a plough. I don't really want to lease a plough just for that little section. So I'll get the worker set back up on this just to finish this field off, and then we'll take over everything we get off this to the sell point. And then what we'll do is go and get the lime spreader. Okay, so just finished off the harvest. We've got another 2,000 litres in the combine. We'll dump down the trailer. And then we'll take this up to the port grain elevator if that's still the best price to sell. That'll give us enough money to lease the spreader so we can do the lime. So we'll get that put back later. We'll leave it there for now. So we've got 10,115 litres in total. It's a little bit more than I thought we'd get. So the current price is going to be just below $20,000. It should give us plenty of money to lease the spreader. I'll just check the price. Yeah, price is going down, but not enough to worry about. So let's head over to the port grain elevator, which is, I always think it's further up to the top left hand corner. It's actually just below the middle on that left hand side. I don't know if anybody else has ever noticed they've got the stop line on the wrong side of the road at this junction. It really confused the hell out of me the once. I thought it was a one-way street or something. So we're just coming up to the port grain elevator where we can sell this. And then we can go and get the lime spreader, get the 2 fields spread. So let's unload and see how much we get. So it's 19,328, which isn't too bad. So our new field already paid us back nearly $20,000 and fully fertilised and get lime spread on it as well. We'll get a much better yield. So we should make decent money off the next harvest off that field. And if we can look to get enough money to buy field 14 as well, then we can join those 2 fields together and increase those. So we'll head over to the store and pick up the lime spreader. Okay, so we're at the store. I've got both tractors here because while I was waiting for the worker to do the harvesting, I bought this one up to use and decided we'll probably use the 7210 anyway for this as we was driving back past, so I'll get the other one back down to the farm later. So we'll just go with the small one as I don't think we'll need the big massive one. We will go for the big though, so we've got the 14,000 litre capacity. It's not a huge amount more, it's only about $30 odd or so. And we do want the spreading unit, so that's only 2,400 to lease, which isn't too bad. Oh yeah, I want to lease it, not buy it. It's a good job we don't have enough. I've just accidentally bought it. So I'll get this back to the yard and fill it up there. Now we've got the refill point. At some point we will get those seed and that herbicide back down to the yard. I think it's from when I was doing a contract. Possibly, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure how much is in either of them. Probably not a lot. Okay, so let's get this filled up. And then we'll get field 19 done first, and then we'll head up to field 15. Well no, actually we'll do field 15 first. So we want lime. We'll do field 15 first. Because I don't want to overfill this with stuff we don't actually need to use. And then what we'll do, we'll come back, if possibly won't get all of field 15 done on one load anyway. Well, if I do that one first, come back, fill up, finish off field 15, then we can just do 19 with what's left from that. And then I'll get the combine back, and I'll probably get those two fields seeded off camera before the next episode, so we've got all 3 fields planted with soybeans and growing. This is not the fastest refill point in the world. The link to this particular one that's on my mod list only does seed. I have modified the XML file so it takes seed, fertiliser and lime, rather than having 3 separate ones. So let's head up to field 15 and get the lime spread on that. The one thing I do not keen on, both our tractors are a little bit slow. I think 26 miles an hour is about the fastest both of them go. So at some point hopefully we can look again a newer tractor, or a slightly bigger one anyway, that just goes a little bit faster. And also look at upgrading our combine at some point. Well, I think we'll look at getting another field or 2 first before we do that. And probably won't go too big, we'll probably just go like the next size up, sort of like a 7.5 metre header. So there's some of the trees that we cut down. There's stuff I didn't get loaded up. I do need to come and tidy those up at some point. I can get those sold. So we have still got quite a bit of money probably sitting around down in that back corner as well. We've got quite a few trees. I think there's 2 or 3 trees are cut down as well that we didn't get on the trailer. So you can see cutting down those trees, it has opened up this corner quite a bit, and from when you first start with the small fields and a lot of trees, it does feel like a very small area, but it does actually look quite a lot bigger than it appears to once you open it up, cutting the trees down. Okay, so let's get some lime on here. Okay, so this is the last little strip. We might just about have enough lime to finish this off. It's going to be close. But it does mean we're not going to have a huge amount left over, so we're not going to have bags and bags of lime to store somewhere. So that's it, both fields done, and 706 litres left in the tank, which isn't too bad. I'm really glad I went for the big extension and not just left it as it was, because we've had to have filled up once more. So we'll get that unloaded. I don't know why they always put the first bag miles away. I understand that obviously 14,000 litre capacity, if you've got 14,000 litres of fertiliser to unload, then it's going to take up, but why they didn't do it from this end working this way, I don't know. So that's 706 litres of lime we'll put to one side. We've got a couple of fertilisers. We don't have a liquid fertiliser refill or herbicide, so when we come to fertilise, we have got solid fertiliser we could use. I'll finish those liquid ones off, we'll see. So I'll finish getting everything put away, cleaned up, make sure everything's repaired, get the combine back. I'll get those two fields seeded as well with some soybeans, so we've got three fields of soybeans for the next harvest. And then what we'll do is have a look at possibly doing some contracts. We'll see what contracts are available in the next game day. So I doubt that one will be available. So there may be some cultivating or some different jobs anyway. Probably a lot of fertilising jobs. But we'll see. So we'll just check our horses because they're not far off, are they? I'll let them miles off. No, not 37. So they should be up to 42. So we should probably about 3 more game days before they're up to 50,000. And then every in-game day after that we'll have $100,000 coming in. So we're gonna have quite a bit of money soon. Possibly use that then to get the new combine to replace our combine if we've bought a few fields by then. So I think the logical next step will be to get field 14. And it's only 102,000, and then we can combine that with 15 to open all that field up. 16 then's 137, so that's another possibility. 17 is a bit more expensive, so then we're probably looking back at 21. 22, 20 is so expensive because you've got all that land, even though you can't use that for anything. There's a little bit around there you can use, but not a huge amount you can extend that field. So don't think that one is one we'll probably look at buying anytime soon anyway. 22 is the same, it's an expensive field, $280,000. Field 21 and 18 are definite ones we could look at trying to expand to, and field 16. As for all these big ones up here, I'll leave those for the time-lapse series. Because, yeah, I don't think we're going to ever get enough money to buy a field 8 before we finish this Let's Play and move on. So we'll leave it there for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you have not yet already subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We'll have more Farm Simulator 19 videos every day. And if you do have any questions, comments, then please do leave it in the comment section and I'll try and answer them as soon as I can. And if there is anything you'd like to see on the channel or know more about, then please do let me know as well, and I'll see what I can do. Either it's answer it in a video or answer it in a comment. Just to help you out. So again, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you again. Goodbye.